So, bom dia, boa tarde, buenos dias, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us from all over. And today we are very happy to have two good-looking men with us, Bruno and Carl. And we're going to tell you a little more about Blumar, our DMC in Brazil. So, the screen is yours, gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Bruno Teixeira. I'm the business manager for Blumar. And let's jump right into it. So I'll make an introduction about Blumar as well. Just a second. Here we go. Oh, here we go. So Blumar is a DMC fully focused on Brazil. We've been a DMC since 1985. So we're 40 years of experience. Blumar is based in Rio. We're right here in Copacabana Beach, just a block from the beautiful beach of Copacabana. And what we do is we are specialists in Brazil to make your life easier when selling Brazil. So we want to do everything that you would do if you knew all about this destination. So we want to be your extension here in Brazil. So don't be afraid of not knowing everything that you can know about Brazil because we're here to do that for you. And we have clients from all over New Zealand, all the way to the US and Mexico, all over Europe, Latin America. So we're very familiar to the specific needs of each one of these travelers. Whatever clients that we have from Germany, they're different than the ones from the UK, and we're very familiar on how to welcome each one of these guests with their different cultures and their different needs. This is a picture of our office. So we are 110 staff in Blumar. We're full service DMC. But we are compartmentized inside Blumar. So we have an FIT department, a groups department, incentives, congresses, cruises. Every time you send us a request, you will talk to a person in one of these departments. If it's a group, it will be one single person in the group department that will talk to you. And then when you pass on to operations, someone from operations will be introduced to you and will handle all the operations throughout the trip of your clients in Brazil. We operate nationwide. So we are here in Rio, but we operate in every single state of Brazil. So why Blumar? 40 years of operations. And this gave us a full knowledge of how to navigate the different challenges that Brazil offer when you're thinking about a trip in a country the size of Brazil with the logistics and the people and how to get the best services in each one of these locations. So we have partners in every one of these states. Some of them have been with us for almost 40 years as well. And we're always talking to them and creating new products and finding out what's new so you guys can always have the best information and also the best products and best hotels in each one of them. Our team travels extensively around Brazil. It's not only our product teams that travels to know the experiences. So all the hotels that we sell to you in Blumar, even contract hotels, 3 and 4 stars, where we don't do only luxury travel. So even in those categories of hotels, we go there, we inspect the hotels so we know which one of the best hotels in each categories are. And we are top producer with all the Virtuoso hotels and all the luxury hotels in Brazil. We are very proud of all the innovative products that we create. A lot of the tours that we offer, we created ourselves. So food tours, outdoors experiences, finding boats and cars and drivers and specialty cars to like those 60s and 70 cars to take our clients from an event to a hotel. So we are very creative and we have a very special team. Carlos is one of these people that make the magic happen here in Blumar. We have a very strong financial stability. It's very common that hotels ask us for a recommendation letter when they are entering Virtuoso, for example. We've been Virtuoso for 12 years, and we're very proud of how our financial stability carried us over COVID, for example. And everything that we do in Blumar, all the bookings and the proposals, we have a proprietary system. So we created our own system. So we do all of our booking in a system that belongs to us. And we are actually now upgrading that system to make the making the proposals even faster, to send you guys a proposal in a much faster way with all the information and the details about the experiences in the hotels in one proposal. And how we make your life easier, a fast turnaround. We have, like I said, our own system that help us make a very quick turnaround on the proposals, especially because our system is connected to all the hotels availability system. So we know in real time which hotels are available and in what price, if they're doing dynamic pricing. We have access to all of those hotels reservation. We do fully tailor-made itineraries. Of course, we have prepared itineraries for you guys to have a look, but those can be just a base for you to start and then send us whatever your clients need, and then we will made a tailor-made itinerary based on that itinerary that you saw on the website. 24/7 on the ground support. We help educate our clients so you can sell Brazil with confidence. We have a ton of material that you can use. Right here in this picture are some of the catalogs that we create: our ecotourism catalog, our villas catalog, a Carnival ebook. So all the information about Carnival, what to expect, what to do, the street blocks, the parade, why the parade exists. So it's a very comprehensive ebook, and also material for you to educate about Brazil, all available on our website. Our website has a client area which is password protected. Afterwards, we can send you a password for your agency. You can share that with all of your advisors. And in that, this is an extra layer, a tool for you guys to find information about Brazil and about Blumar. This can go beyond the tailor-made itineraries that we send to you guys. Let's say we send you a proposal and you're already working and we're not open yet. You want to go online, you can find service prices, hotel prices, packages for the lodges, for boats, for Carnival, New Year's Eve. So you can find a new tour to substitute one that your client didn't want to do in Brazil. So this is an extra tool for you to find information much quicker than waiting for us to send you an email and revise the itinerary. You can just go online on our website and find all of these information with prices, net prices in US dollars for up to 15 guests. Another major differential on our website is our image bank and video bank. These are all copyright-free images that you can use. You can type the name of a hotel. You find all the pictures, download the picture of the Copacabana Palace to use on your own publication, on your website, of the tours, pictures of beaches in Rio de Janeiro. So this is very helpful for any of the material that you want to do on your social media or on your or website. This is also where you find training, presentations, and the ready-to-sell itineraries that we create, some sample itineraries. And also, if we register you in our system, you can also access here vouchers, invoices, and manage your reservations at Blumar. So Blumar is, like I said, part of Virtuoso. We are on site for 13 years now. We're also a member of the Brazilian Luxury Travel Association, a member of Visit Rio. We're always traveling on the most important trade shows with Embratur. We're also a member of USTOA, and we are represented by several companies in different countries, in US, Canada, and Mexico with Dominique. We have fast communication English, but we also have staff that speaks English, German, and Italian. We're do breakdown pricing in all the proposals. We can do that either net or gross. If you want to send just one price to your client, we can do that as well instead of the breakdown. But we always send the breakdown first with net rates, so you know exactly what we're selling to your clients. And then if you want to change something, just makes our communication much faster. And you can pay us by wire transfer or credit card link. And if we're doing a gross proposal, commissions are paid 14 days after the end of the trip. And we also send clear terms and conditions in every proposal. If the hotel sends us something specific, we'll pass that on to you with the same conditions. One thing that I forgot to mention, because we're a top producer with all the Virtuoso hotels in Brazil, we have an agreement with them to sell you the Virtuoso amenities included in our rate in most of the hotels. I think only two of them doesn't allow us to do. And we can pay you the same commission as they would if you're going directly to them. But we can include the amenities and pay the same commission. We're also a member of Terra Sur. So Terra Sur is an association that we have with different DMCs in South America, in Argentina, Chile, Peru, in Colombia. And so if you have a client interested in a one-stop shop doing a multi-country trip in South America, you can do a one-stop shop with Blumar. We have a team that works for Terra Sul. It's paid by all of these DMCs. There's no extra charge. Each one of them, this team will catch the proposal from each one of them and send it back to you. So it's just a way for us that we found to facilitate your life if you're doing multi-country trip to South America. So talking a little bit about Brazil, the question that I get asked the most, so what is the essential trip to Brazil? So this is a very good example of it. Always Rio de Janeiro. So when you think about Brazil, the image of Rio and Christ the Redeemer always come to mind. So you start with Rio de Janeiro with the beach, and then you get this introduction to Brazil. Then you go to Iguaçu Falls, beautiful, majestic falls, a World Heritage Site. You stay at the Belmont inside the park. It's fantastic. One of the most incredible experiences that we can offer in Brazil. And then you continue to Salvador. So this will be a trip for like 3 or 4 nights in Rio, 2 nights Iguaçu, and 3 nights in Salvador. Salvador is our Black Heritage capital. It's also a World Heritage Site, a beautiful colonial center, great food, great music. Salvador, Bahia could be a country on its own. The state of Bahia, Salvador is the capital, could be a country on its own. So unique, the culture and everything that they have there around the Black heritage of Brazil. And if your client can stay a little bit longer, can stay maybe nine nights in Brazil or 10 nights in Brazil, then we recommend extending to one of the nature experiences in the Amazon, the Pantanal. So the Amazon is the forest, is the indigenous communities, the river, and the Pantanal is where you go to see wildlife. That's where you go to do jaguar observation. So beyond these classic destinations, we have tons of different destinations that we have here in Brazil. So this is just a few examples. I'm gonna talk, because of time, I'm gonna talk just about a few of them, so just so you guys can have an idea of the products and what and how we do these destinations. And then if we have time, I'll go over one of these classic beyond the classic destinations here. So Rio is a top destination. Everybody comes to Brazil want to come to Rio first. If they have been to Rio, they want to return. Rio has 3 World Heritage Sites. Very few cities in the world had so many World Heritage Sites as Rio. This is a place where you can find beach, nature, culture, and urban life. Of course, Carnival is one of the main attractions in Rio de Janeiro. So these is a few ways of you experimenting Carnival in Brazil. The main parade, which is the parade that is held during Carnival week. Carnival is celebrated from Friday to Ash Wednesday. And usually hotels require 4 or 5 nights mandatory packages, and you have 3 nights of parade. This is the main competition days. And on Saturday, we have Copacabana Palace Ball, which is very traditional. It's the most luxurious ball that we have in the country. Here below is an example of a street block. So street blocks are the original carnival. So people would go out on the streets following a band and playing with each other. And this still happens in Rio. There's over 400 street blocks all over the city and different places, different types of music. One of the groups is called Sergeant Peppers, and they play all the Beatles songs, but in samba rhythms. It's very special, different ways of creating carnival. And then we have the Winners Parade. So here is an insider tip. The main parade for Carnival, like I said, it requires that you stay here for 4 or 5 nights. It can be a little bit exhausting and also daunting for people that never experienced Carnival before to stay here for 4 nights. The city is packed. Everywhere you go, there are street blocks. And so this can be a lot of guests. But you have the Winners Parade. The Winners Parade, it's like a taste of Carnival. It's the Saturday after Ash Wednesday, and it's where the winners of the competition days return, the top 6 winners return to the Samba Drum for one last show. And you're seeing the top 6. And this is for only one night. And hotel packages are usually for 2 nights or just one night. And you can enjoy everything that you have in Carnival, but for those 2 nights. And during Carnival, most of the attractions are closed. Only Sugarloaf and Christ remain open, and you can imagine how packed they are. And for the Winners Parade, Thursday and Friday before the Winners Parade, and then Monday and beyond, the week after the Winners Parade, it's all regular days. All of the attractions are open and everything is working. There's no big lines. You don't have to fight for reservation in restaurants. So keep in mind that the Winners Parade might be a much better option for your clients that want to taste Carnival, but they also want to experience Rio, because when the Winners Parade happens, it's mostly the residents that just remain in Rio and enjoy this last days of Carnival. Of course, New Year's Eve, here's a picture of Copacabana filled with families. This is a great experience to have. It's summer here, so it's very hot outside. Everybody's celebrating. You go in the water. And people ask mainly, is it safe? This many people, there's over 1 million people on the beach. It's very safe. The police makes barricades in all the streets accessing the beach, and they check bags. You can't go in with glass bottles. So it's very family friendly. And if you're staying in a hotel, and that's what we always recommend to our clients, stay in a hotel that is beachfront. So you can watch from your room, or you can come down, which is what we really recommend. Come down and then enjoy and participate. Everybody's celebrating. And when the fireworks come out, is just very special. These are some of the hotels that we recommend here in Rio. We're again top producers with all of them, so this makes for a big change when we wanna ask something special for them, or if you have a client who's VIP, want to add something to the reservation. We have direct access to all the sales executives of these hotels. Some of the experience that we offer, for example, Rio Classics Reimagined. So here you can see Christ the Redeemer in the back. Very few people know that there's a trail that goes from all the way up to the monument to a visitor center inside the national park. So the monument, it stays inside a national park, and you can actually walk down from the Christ the Redeemer to the visitor center, and in a 30-minute, very easy downhill with beautiful views of the city. And you cut through the forest, you might see marmosets, toucans, parrots, monkeys. So it's an amazing way of doing something unique and classic as visiting Christ the Redeemer, but in a different way. We have Carnival all year round. We celebrate in different ways, different tours. You can go to a samba school and learn how Carnival is made, go on the backstage, go up on the float if they have some of the floats there after Carnival. Culinary tours with drinks. One of my favorites, a bar tour that we do, that we go to different bars, drinking, sampling one drink and one food in each one of these bars, and talking about bar culture in Brazil, how we love to share with our friends and family, and also outdoors adventures. Rio, one of the titles that Rio has for a World Heritage Site is for its landscape. So Rio was one of the first cities to earn this title of the landscape of the city, mixing nature and the human intervention in the landscape. Of course, Iguaçu Falls. This is the place, if you want to splurge in a hotel, stay in the Belmont das Cataratas, inside the hotel, and inside the national park. You can walk down to the falls and watch the sunrise very close to the falls with very few people that are staying at the hotel. And this makes the whole trip with another meaning, because you're just immersed in that beautiful energy and nature with the mist of the power of the waterfalls. It's something really unique to experience. So here we do actually both sides of the national park, the Brazilian side and the Argentinian side, as long as clients can have access to Argentina. Wildlife encounters. There's a beautiful bird park that is a bird sanctuary with birds from all over Brazil that they reproduce to then release back in the wild. River adventures. We can get soaked in the mighty Iguaçu Falls in a boat. And of course, seeing the falls from the helicopter has a beautiful view from above. Salvador, like I said, it's our Black Heritage capital in Brazil. This is a city where Black culture, Brazilian Black culture is most prominent. Have beautiful hotels like the Fazano that restored this beautiful Art Deco building that used to be a newspaper, and right on the historical center. And here we do music experiences, food experiences. We go out on the bay. The bay in Rio, it's stunning because of the scenery. The bay in Salvador is stunning because of the water. The water there, this bluish green turquoise color is all over the Todos os Santos Bay, and they have these beautiful beaches. And one of the beaches this year even won, like I think it was TripAdvisor's top 10 most beautiful beaches in the world. And of course, the colonial architecture that we have in Bahia, that it's all preserved and earned the title of World Heritage Site. The Amazon, this one of the cutest things that you can see in the Amazon, the pink dolphins. And this we can do while staying in a lodge. All the lodges and the river boats, they have pretty much the same experiences in the Amazon. So you go on forest to do trekking. We do canoeing, sunrise observation, animal observation, night observation. So the experiences are very similar, but where you go, if you're staying in the lodge or if you're doing an Amazon cruise, that it makes the big difference. So this funny looking boat over here, it's a luxury boat that we have in the Rio Negro in departing from Manaus. And I think the biggest difference between cruising in Peru and cruising the Brazilian Amazon, number one, we don't have mosquitoes on the Rio Negro. The Rio Negro is a very acidic river, and because of that, mosquitoes don't reproduce. So the boat actually stops on the river beaches, and we go out and we do all of these activities. We do bonfire at night, or we even swim in the river because we don't have any mosquitoes bothering us. Here are some of the experiences that we do. Like I said, paddling on the flooded forest, tracking, visiting the local communities and the indigenous communities in the Amazon. It's very unique to talk to these people and learn how they cope with a river that in Brazil goes up 25 meters in some areas. So they have to put everything that belongs to them on barges because it has to float when the water comes. And of course, observing wildlife in the Amazon. But big difference between going to the Amazon and coming to Pantanal for wildlife because the Amazon and the forest is so dense, the animals just run away. If you don't know where to look for them, they just run away in most part. Here in the Pantanal, the area of the Pantanal is the largest floodplain in the world, and it's the size of the UK, and it gets flooded, 80% of it every year, with about a meter of water. And this cycle of flood and ebb in the Pantanal keeps the animals in that area because when the water flows out, the grazing animals come in, and then the jaguars come in, and you have this cycle of life in the Pantanal. The Cayman Lodge, also represented by Dominique, is the best lodge that we
Thank
have
you.
in Pantanal. It's an incredible property, and they run a project there for observation and study of the jaguar. So the majority of people that go to the Cayman Lodge actually get to meet, well, encounter, not meet, but encounter a jaguar. And they even have this project called On Safari that you go with the biologist that is studying the jaguars, spend a day with them, learning everything that you can about these wonderful animals. And we have different lodges in different areas of the Pantanal. Some are more secluded, so you have bigger chances of seeing wildlife in this area that is more untouched. And others are more focused on the life of the Pantanal cowboys. We call them pantaneiros. Here, some of the activities on the lodges, again, just like in the Amazon here, most of the lodges have similar experiences. So horseback riding, there's a specific breed of horse used in the Pantanal called the Pantaneiro horse. It brings its leg way higher than normal horses because it's accustomed to walking in the water. So different animals that we can encounter, an anteater, capybaras, and of course the jaguars. Here are some of we have more time. What time is it? I
Yes, yes, we
have a
do,
little
we
bit.
do.
So let me show you. Yeah. So let me show you a little bit of other destinations beyond these classics. One of my favorite here is the Green Coast in Rio. So the coast of Rio have mountains that come all the way to the ocean. And because of this geological phenomenon, the color of the water here reflects these forest cover mountains right next to the beach. So here's a picture of Angra dos Reis, but Ilha Grande, Angra dos Reis, and Paraty are all on the Green Coast. And um, we have in Paraty the most beautiful town with colonial heritage. The town is very tiny. It's about 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. And so you can explore the entire town on foot and stay. We always recommend stay inside the historic area so you can do everything and discover the town on foot. So here's some of the experiences. Of course, the beaches there are stunning, but the colonial heritage, all the waterfalls and the forest tracks in the forest, and then the Caiçara cuisine in Paraty, which is a creative World Heritage Site. Búzios is a town north of Rio. So this is a beach destination. All the most traditional families here in Rio had houses in Búzios as a summer home, and then this became very famous when Brigitte Bardot came to escape from her famous life and hide in Búzios. So then Búzios became famous, and everybody started coming and visiting Búzios. Have small boutique hotels. Brazil doesn't have large resorts like you would find, for example, in Mexico or in the Caribbean. Hotels in Brazil are mostly family owned or independent hotels, and they're very small and boutique. They have a small number of rooms. So I think this gives a very specific character to the hotels that we have here in Brazil. So, of course, all the experiences that we have here in this area are related to the ocean. So, going around the peninsula on private boats, on canoes, tracking tracks on all of these beautiful preserved areas. Trancoso, I think it's one of the most posh destinations that we have in Brazil. So when Beyonce came to do a show in Brazil, she then went to Trancoso to rest for a few days. All the most famous celebrities come to Brazil, they go to Trancoso for a few nights. Even Anderson Cooper has a house here in Trancoso. So some of the hotels that we work with, Ushua is one of my favorite hotels in Brazil. They have this, they respect the history of Trancoso and they restore the houses and they bring this beautiful mix of old and new design into every single one of the houses that they have in the property. The experiences here goes around nature, kayaking, horseback riding, visiting. So Trancoso is close to other small villages in the coast of Bahia, so you can actually go for like a full day tour and visit some of these other villages, or do like a beach hopping and then every single day go to a different beach club here, or do the same beach hopping but by boat. Lençóis Maranhenses, the one that Dominique has right behind her. This is a World Heritage Site. It's a national park with a phenomenon that only happens in Brazil. Have these beautiful small boutique hotels very inside the national park or very close to it. And so imagine a field of dunes 70 kilometers across on the coast that receives all the rain from the Amazon between December and May. And this water, it's so massive that just floods the aquifer and just seeps out and form these beautiful freshwater lagoons. Over 20,000 of these lagoons all around the national park. And you have to be there in a specific time because the rain stops, the sun comes out, shines in the lagoons, and in the sand in the bottom of the lagoons, it turns this beautiful turquoise blue. And but the sun also dries out the lagoons, so you have to be there between June and September. That's when the lagoons are on its peak and they're full. After September, they're all drying out. By October, half of them are already dried out, and then the rain starts again in December. So you have to be there on it. This is one of those places that you have to be there during peak season because otherwise you won't see it. And you have different experiences that we can have there. And yeah, and this is it. This is the last destination. So we can answer some questions.
Thank you very much, Bruno. You know how much I love I love Brazil, and I can say, everybody knows I have few DMCs in the world, and when they do the presentation, I see a lot of beautiful things. But you're the only one in Brazil. Every single picture you've seen, I've been there, including this one. No, really, and I've been to more that you didn't see. So you need to challenge me a little more next time.
Totally. Yes. Come
Oh,
back and
I love your country. So,
we'll do Alagoas next. We'll go to
yeah,
the inland so we can
yeah,
see
but
the
you'll be
canyons.
surprised. You'll be surprised. Huh? So I think, Carls, you did a great job answering most of it. How do we say? So is there
Mhm.
anyone that has not been answered yet? You answer curious to know, do you take requests that involve all aspects of an itinerary, including hotel bookings? And then you said we take requests for transfer and tour without hotel if needed, no problem.
Mhm.
Voilà.
No
The credit card link incur the merchant. You will answer this one as well.
Mhm.
All right, perfect. So,
Yeah, we can
Sean,
take
Sean, you're
we can
coming soon.
yeah. We can take your corporate credit card or the client's credit card, and we send a link. Everything is in English, and we always tell the clients they will receive a link for payment, but in their bill it will show the amount in Brazilian reais because the Brazilian government does not allow us to charge in foreign currency. So
Mhm.
credit cards have to be charged in Brazilian reais, but we do the conversion on the day of the charge.
Voilà. So I think also you did a great job doing my job. So, Darcy, you said excellent presentation, such a diverse country. And I promise you, Darcy, they have not covered the entire country yet.
No,
That's voilà.
no.
Catalina, a wow presentation. Ruth said excellent presentation. Thank you, everybody. I
Thank you.
hope you feel the love for Brazil like I have inside me since many, many years, and always cannot wait to be back. I'll be back soon, actually. I'll be back in April. So, all right.
Yeah,
So,
be
anyone?
waiting for you.
Voilà. And I know, Bruno, enfin, at Blumar, you're the top producer of our hotel in Pantanal, Cayman. So think of
Yeah.
it if you want to do a safari. Many people doesn't even realize they could do a
Yes.
safari in Brazil. Huh? So
Yeah, it's so unique because people go to Africa and they do safari there, and then they think, okay, I did
that's it.
safari.
Yeah. All
And
right.
then they don't remember that here in South America, we have a whole different type of fauna and
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah.
And the biggest difference between doing a safari in Africa and doing a safari in Brazil, our animals are much smaller. Even the jaguar, it's an animal that it's generally afraid of humans.
Mhm.
It runs away when it encounters a human. So that's why we can do trekking, horseback riding, canoeing in the Pantanal because the animals are much more approachable than
We can. That's a nice way to put it, huh? All
yeah.
right, I see all this. Thank you from everyone. Thank you again for taking the time to join us. Bruno will be sending you the recording, the presentation, and yes, you can see, you can trust them. They're amazing, and the country is amazing. Yeah? Thank you
Thank you.
again. Bye bye. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye bye,
Good
everybody.
rest of the day.
Bye.
Bye. Beijos.
Beijo. Tchau.